What's up guys, Nikos with Tech Throw and Heart of Battle here, and the reason I mentioned both websites is because today we've got the Eightarc 360 Onyx arcade stick. This is a collaboration between Eightarc and Canva, and they are making some excellent fight sticks, as you'll see in just a second. First and foremost, take a look at the box. As you can see, it comes in a really nice box, really nice presentation here. Kind of has that asymmetrical design going on, and yeah, let's get right into this stick. You'll notice some red on the other underside of the box, really nice. And this seems to have come a little bit broken. This should be glued onto here, and there's a nice magnet onto there and over here. So usually I guess you would just lift up this tab, but I guess that got damaged during shipping, no big deal. The stick itself came in 100%, so very nice. It does come with 2 caps, so you can cap off the 7th and 8th buttons if you're a Street Fighter player. You don't need those 7th and 8th buttons, 6-button game, unless you like to be cheap and map throw or ultra or whatever. Triple punch, triple kick, and you know, that's fine, but for most people you might want to cap that off just so buttons aren't there. You can also save those buttons as replacements. Also comes with a nice microfiber, very soft microfiber, and it does come with a 10-foot USB cable that I do not have at the moment because I was actually using this fight stick. I just packaged it back up so you guys can see how it comes. But I've used this stick extensively, so I can deliver a full review here, not just an unboxing for you. Let's go ahead and get this stuff out of the way. Alright, so getting into the fight stick itself, let's take a closer look at its construction, you know, build quality, features, and all that good stuff. As you can see, it has a nice shiny piano black finish. And this is both a good and bad thing. Good because it's beautiful, bad because it can pick up fingerprints and surface scratches and, you know, all those things from regular use, though nothing out of the ordinary from other arcade sticks on the market. I noticed actually when I was using it the first day, it didn't pick up fingerprints that easily, so if your hands are clean, you're pretty good. I mean, I'm not printing it right now, and you know, this is more than you're ever going to touch it while playing, so yeah, as you can see, it repels fingerprints pretty well. Surface scratches, yeah, they're bound to happen just because after you play for so long, your stick can get a little bit grimy from sweating or, you know, all that good stuff. And when you go ahead and wipe it down, you can go ahead and leave it streak, but those are things that are to be expected from anything that's shiny black. That being said, it is a very beautiful stick, as you can see. Build quality is actually excellent. It's very solid. It's made from MDF wood, and it's got that nice black luster to it. As far as using this stick goes, it's got a very nice curved wrist rest, so you're never thinking about this. I know with the TES, the Mad Catz TES, kind of had that sharp edge along the bezel over there. Actually, there was no bezel. That's why it was sharp. Had that that plexiglass, and you know, a lot of people complain about that. But when you're playing, it feels 100%. You don't even think about the stick being there. So as far as that goes, it's perfect. I have no complaints about that, and I've used this for 7 hours straight, actually yesterday. So not once did I get uncomfortable, so that's definitely a good thing. Don't worry about that. Let's take a quick tour. On the front, you don't have anything. It's blank. On the left side, again, it's blank. On the back, you have your USB port for the detachable USB cable, and that's just a regular USB port. If you can see, if my camera decides to focus anytime soon, you'll be able to tell that this is just a regular USB port. There we go. And, well, not quite, but yeah, that's just regular USB. You can use any cable with that, but they do include a 10-foot cable, so that should be more than enough length for most people. On the right side, you've got your start, select, and home buttons. Should mention, these aren't Sanwa buttons. These are Sanwa buttons. These are OBSF-30s. This is a Sanwa JLF stick, so you're getting the best of the best up top. On the side, you're not getting Sanwa, but I mean, it's just start, select, and home, so there's really no problem with that. I think that was a manufacturing issue that they had, that they couldn't fit them in or something, but nonetheless, they work well, they feel great, and no issues there. Something I should mention about these side buttons is while they are pretty flush, I'm not sure if you can pick this up. I'm trying to move this over a little bit. Yeah, while they are for the most part flush, you do get a tiny bit of it sticking out. I don't know if it's a manufacturing thing with my personal stick, but you know, normally this isn't an issue. But if you're playing on if you're playing online in the lobby, you're waiting a while to play. Say you're on PJ's stream. I know a lot of people play on PJ's, myself included. You know, you're waiting 25, 30 minutes to play. I tend to put my stick down on the floor and then I pick it back up. When I pick it up, sometimes I have hit that home button, so you know, that's something to consider. Another thing is, and this is just my own error, but sometimes I mash start, you know, at the beginning of the rounds to get through the animations. I have hit the home button by accident, screwed myself at the beginning, but you know, that's my issue. That's not a complaint with the stick. That's just something I need to get used to, because my old start button was up here and I'd just be mashing it like that. But yeah, that's just something to consider. They do advertise flush, and for the most part they are flush, but as you can see, this just could be my stick. It's not 100%, maybe like a millimeter off, and you know, from going ahead and picking up the stick like this, when you you know, your hand can actually go ahead and push it in like this. So that's just something to consider, just something to get used to if you're coming from a different fight stick. Something else that should be mentioned is there is no microphone port on this stick, so if you want to go ahead and chat while you're playing on the 360, you're gonna have to go ahead and pick up a Microsoft wireless headset. That's kind of a downside for some people. I know they have a new Microsoft wireless headset coming out next month, so I'm waiting for that. If you want to get around that, if you have a wired headset, you could go ahead and make a second Xbox Live account and sign into that one with the second controller on Player 2 side and chat that way. It's a bit of a hassle, but it does work. I'm doing that for now till that new headset comes out. But yeah, there's no headset on here. If you're a tournament player using this in tournaments, that's no problem, obviously, because, you know, you could just talk to people in real life at that point. So that's something else to consider. Another thing to mention is this stick does not feature any turbo, so if you're a turbo user, shame on you, first of all, and second of all, you're going to have to go ahead and look into one of their other sticks. Their Fusion stick, I believe, has turbo, so go ahead and look into that. But this stick itself does not have any turbo. That doesn't bother me because I don't use turbo. And something else that I did not mention is there is an LED indicator right up here for 1, 2, 3, and 4, depending on you know, which player you're playing as on your Xbox 360. It'll just indicate that right there, so that's really nice. Alright, so I know a lot of you guys who are thinking about picking up this stick probably already play Street Fighter or fighting games, and you probably have one of these. This is probably the most popular stick on the market right now, Mad Catz TE, and you're probably wondering how it compares in size and weight to the TE and in performance. As far as size goes, as you can see, it's sort of similar. The Eightarc stick is a little bit shorter, so where the Mad Catz starts to curve up, right here, is about the height of this. This is just a tiny bit higher than that, so a couple millimeters probably, or centimeters rather. But yeah, as far as height goes, very similar, but the Eightarc is a more slim design. As far as the length goes, I'll try to go ahead and do this with this limited space. But again, go ahead and lean that on my monitor like an idiot for the sake of this review. But as you can see, again, very similar, but the Eightarc is a little bit shorter by about a couple of inches, so maybe 1.5 inches shorter there. The exact dimensions are 15.5 by 10 by 2.5 inches, so you know, you can go ahead and measure your TE or look up the specs for that online. I did not do that because it's an Eightarc review and you know, not a Mad Catz review. But yeah, as you can see, sort of similar, but the Eightarc is slimmer and shorter in length. As far as button positioning goes, again, very similar. As you can see, the joystick to the buttons and the distance between the joystick and the buttons is pretty much the same on both sticks, so you'll have no problem transitioning from this to that if you're doing so. You'll get right into it. If you have a Norris arcade stick, I also have one of those for comparison. This is my custom. It's Norris arcade stick shell. So as you can see, this is a much smaller stick. It's a different type of stick. The distance between the buttons and the joystick is quite different. That one's a lot closer. The Norse kind of has it more spread out, and that's the same case with the Mad Catz. This is more spread out than that as well. The button configuration is a little bit different. As you can see, it's got more of an arc, whereas these three buttons are straight, and the jab and short buttons are a little bit down more. That's the standard. That's not really the standard. So if you are coming from a Norse stick, I had no problem. This is the stick I usually use. I don't use it on my Mad Catz because it died. So I've been using this stick for better part of the last 2 years. So yeah, you'll have no problem going from a Norse to an Eightarc either. Alright, so at this point you guys are probably wondering if you should pick up this stick. It does retail for $169.99 on the 360, and the PS3 version goes for $154.99. They also have a couple of other sticks out, so go ahead and check them out at Eightarc.com. I definitely recommend this stick. You're getting Sanwa parts, you're getting the best parts. You're getting all these excellent features. You have a detachable USB cord, which is a great feature. You got your USB, your LED indicator up here for which controller you are, which player you are on your console. Very comfortable wrist rest, and yeah, basically the only complaints, no headset port, and on the side these buttons aren't Sanwa, but that's not really a big deal, you know. You're not relying on any of these buttons while you're playing. So yeah, definitely go ahead and check it out. Eightarc.com. I would definitely recommend this stick. No complaints other than what I mentioned. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, if you you want to see anything else about this stick, let me know in the comments. I'll do my best to answer everybody's questions. If you want more of a comparison to the other sticks, if you want any more of my opinions on it, just let me know, alright? And I'll get back to you guys as soon as I can. Once again, this is Nico's Tech Throw. Go ahead and check out Eightarc at Eightarc.com, and I'll see you guys next video.